It matters little whether it comes in the form of a round, spinning, front or crane kick. Head kick KOs fascinate fans and keep them in touch with the very brutal nature that compels them to tune in. These devastating strikes mark the turning point and ending point in every fight on this list, offering one competitor the euphoria of victory and another the agony of defeat. Here are the 10 most ferocious head kick knockouts in UFC history. Number 10. Anthony Pettis vs. Joe Lauzon. Anthony Pettis displayed his remarkable striking skills during his UFC debut at UFC 144, where he landed a thunderous head kick in the first round, bringing down the always game Joe Lauzon. Lauzon, who had his guard up, lowered his right hand to block what he thought was a body kick from Pettis. However, Pettis went high with his left leg, deceiving Lauzon and delivering a powerful blow to his jaw, which caused him to drop in the center of the octagon. Before referee Mark Goddard could intervene, Pettis landed several unnecessary strikes to Lauzon's chin. For his outstanding performance, Pettis earned an extra $65,000 for winning knockout of the night. It's worth noting that Joe Lauzon wasn't the first top-level lightweight fighter to fall victim to Pettis' head kicks, and he undoubtedly won't be the last. Number 9. Vitor Belfort vs. Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson had proved himself to be a formidable opponent, as his 39 previous adversaries failed to knock him out. However, Vitor Belfort, the emerging Brazilian fighter, managed to crack the code with a single powerful leg strike during UFC Fight Night 32. In the early stages of the bout, Belfort had already dazed Henderson with a combination. Although the tough-as-nails Henderson got back up, he was soon met with a left-footed kick from the Venom. Belfort executed the move with perfect timing, landing a venomous blow directly on Henderson's chin that knocked the 43-year-old out cold for the first time in his 17-year career. Belfort had previously won the Knockout of the Night award for his victories over Michael Bisping and Luke Rockhold, and his feat against Hendo earned him his 3rd consecutive award.
Belfort trying to finish off Henderson! Huge kick!
Georges St. Pierre vs. Matt Hughes 2. Georges St. Pierre suffered the first loss of his career as a younger fighter when Matt Hughes, the reigning welterweight champion, caught him in an armbar at UFC 50. However, in their rematch at UFC 65, GSP emerged victorious with a swift kick to the head that ended the night for the MMA legend. The impressive win not only earned St. Pierre his first UFC title, but also his first knockout of the night.
Jab of his own.
Number 7. Anthony Johnson vs. Kevin Burns. Anthony Johnson is known for his high-kick knockout attempts, and during his rematch against Kevin Burns at the Ultimate Fighter 8 finale, Rumble utilized this signature move to seek retribution. In their previous encounter at UFC Fight Night 14, Burns had repeatedly poked Johnson in the eye. But this time around, Johnson landed a devastating left kick to Burns' jaw just 28 seconds into the 3rd round. Burns attempted to throw a left hook, but Johnson expertly countered with a powerful kick that instantly rendered Burns unconscious. Referee Mario Yamasaki intervened to prevent further harm, but Johnson still managed to land an unnecessary flying right hand before the official stoppage. The victory marked Johnson's 3rd win in the UFC. Number 6. Rashad Evans vs. Sean Salmon. Leading up to UFC Fight Night 8, Rashad Evans was considered by many experts to be a skilled NCAA Division I wrestler, capable of controlling opponents on the ground without dealing significant damage. His striking power, on the other hand, was thought to be lackluster, and he wasn't seen as a natural knockout artist. However, that all changed when he delivered a perfectly timed kick to Sean Salmon's face early in the 2nd round of their bout. The moment Salmon dropped his left hand, Evans seized the opportunity and unleashed a high kick that connected with his opponent's chin, instantly knocking out the former Ohio State University wrestler. Referee Troy Wall quickly intervened, stopping Evans from delivering any unnecessary follow-up strikes that could have caused further damage. Number 5. Rory Markham vs. Brody Farber. At UFC Fight Night 14, Brody Farber made a critical mistake by dropping his left hand and throwing a right hand to Rory Markham's body at the worst possible moment. This not only created a clear opening for Markham to land a head kick, but it also allowed Farber to move toward the kick's direction, adding to its impact. Markham delivered a flawless round kick to Farber's face, resulting in his 11th career knockout and instantly knocking out the Californian. Following the powerful blow, Farber bounced off the canvas in a stiff manner and remained unconscious for several minutes after the fight.
Farber again!
Number 4. Mark Coleman vs. Pete Williams. Mark Coleman's reputation as a dominant force in the UFC heavyweight division was built on a foundation of explosive power and relentless wrestling. However, after suffering an upset loss to Morris Smith at UFC 14, many wondered whether Coleman would ever regain his championship form. When Coleman was slated to fight Randy Couture at UFC 17, it was seen as a true test of his mettle. Unfortunately for fight fans, Couture suffered an injury during training and was replaced by Lions Den fighter and UFC newcomer Pete Williams. Despite being a relative unknown, Williams proved to be a formidable opponent for Coleman. The two fighters went toe-to-toe for much of the 12-minute regulation round. But as the overtime period began, it was clear that Coleman was running out of steam. Sensing his opponent's fatigue, Williams launched a relentless attack, eventually landing one of the most memorable KOs in UFC history. With just 38 seconds left in the overtime period, Williams saw an opening and unleashed a high kick that landed flush on Coleman's chin. The former champion's legs buckled beneath him and he crumpled to the mat, unconscious. Williams' victory wasn't just a win over a former champion, it was also a historic moment for the sport. With that high kick, Williams became the first fighter in UFC history to end a match with a kick to the head. It was a moment that would go down in the annals of MMA history, and one that would forever be remembered as a testament to the power of the human body and the unyielding spirit of the fighters who step into the octagon. Number 3. Uriah Hall versus Adam Salla. It's undeniable that Uriah Hall's spinning hook kick on Adam Salla during an exhibition bout remains one of the most iconic moments in the Ultimate Fighter history, combining both brutality and showmanship in a single move. Despite the fact that Salla only fought in the UFC once, Hall's impressive display of speed and explosiveness during the bout was nothing short of extraordinary. In a matter of seconds, Hall executed the low-percentage finishing move to perfection, landing his heel directly on Salla's ear, which caused the Missouri native to lose consciousness and begin snoring before hitting the mat. Even though Salla later downplayed the finish, his teammates were not eager to face off against Hall after witnessing the devastating knockout. Hall's apology following the incident revealed the compassionate and sportsmanlike side of the fighter, showcasing his respect for the sport and his opponents. Number 2. Mirko "Cro Cop" Filipovic versus Gabriel Gonzaga. Gabriel Gonzaga, the Brazilian heavyweight, has gained recognition for his adept submission abilities in the octagon. Nevertheless, he'll forever be renowned for his spectacular head kick KO of Mirko "Cro Cop during UFC 70, earning him the moniker Napao. Gonzaga not only delivered an exceptionally brutal finish, but also stunned the audience by executing Cro Cop's own signature move on him. Number 1. Terry Etime versus Edson Barboza. In the waning moments of their showdown at UFC 142, Terry Etime appeared to have his guard up to thwart Edson Barboza's attack. However, the Brazilian's lightning-fast kick proved too swift for the Englishman to defend against. With a burst of speed and power, Barboza launched a spinning heel kick that landed squarely on Etime's jaw, causing the former Cage Gladiators lightweight champion to fall to the canvas in a crumpled heap. His arms went rigid, and he was out before he hit the ground. Several leading MMA publications such as Sherdog and MMA Valor bestowed Knockout of the Year accolades on Barboza for his unforgettable and awe-inspiring wheel kick knockout.
You want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God!
We may have missed some, as MMA has seen some unforgettable moments with fighters delivering spectacular head kicks that leave their opponents unconscious. These moves not only require technical precision and skill, but also a certain level of courage and bravery to execute. Whether it's Gabriel Gonzaga's famous head kick KO of Mirko "Cro Cop or any other memorable moment, these brutal head kicks continue to captivate audiences and remind us of the thrilling nature of MMA. With that said, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.